In this one, I'm going to be reviewing with you the 5 ways to stay valuable even with this AI takeover. Right now, everybody's talking about AI. It's everywhere, and it's not going anywhere. In fact, it's going to get more and more pervasive in our environment. It's going to just penetrate everything we do, and it's going to be around every area of our life. So how do you stay valuable? What are some of the skills? What are some of the ways you have to actually keep that edge? And how do you do it? And that's what I'm going to go over with you in this video. I'm going to give you 5 ways to stay valuable with the AI takeover. Number 1, I have them all written down here. Number 1, the first thing is stop being a shallow seeker. What do I mean by that? A shallow seeker. Well, essentially a shallow seeker is someone that stays on the surface. They don't actually go deeper. They think they know a topic and they have an opinion about a topic without going deeper on the topic. And you see this today all the time because we're living in such a fast-paced world, right? People are like having opinions on things after reading headlines, and they don't go any deeper. They don't listen to a podcast on it, or 2 or 3. They don't even read a book or 2 on topics, but they think they have an opinion on it, and that opinion is delusional because they're not actually educating themselves on the facts and the truth and real perspective from people that have actually gotten results with that topic, right? I'll give you an example. A lot of times I get asked about an online business, or how do you succeed with a business online? How do you generate revenue and money and have a career online? And oftentimes people will form opinions on these things. Let me just adjust this, guys. Oftentimes people will form an opinion. They'll form an opinion and they will form this opinion without knowing anything on the topic at hand. And it's like, man, you didn't read a book on it. You didn't go to a seminar. You didn't, skill up or learn anything on this. Same thing with something like Bitcoin. It's like, well, did you read a book? Did you listen to a few podcasts? Have you done hours to 20 to 30 to 40, 100 hours of research? And have you done a deep dive on something? And most people today do not do a deep dive on most things. They form an opinion and they move on, and that delusional opinion dictates how they make decisions in their life. You don't want to be that person. You don't want to be a shallow seeker because you're seeking something, but it's shallow. And it's now that thing that you're seeking that's super shallow, it's on the surface, is determining and dictating how you make decisions, important decisions in your life. So why would you want to make any important decisions in your life without diving deeper on something? So the first thing, and for you to keep the edge, even with AI, is don't be a shallow seeker. Dig in deeper. Use the technology to dig deeper, to learn up, to skill up, to understand things, to make connections, and to use your intuition based on what you've learned, based on what you've heard, you've spoke to people, you've read. Don't be a shallow seeker. Number 2, always aim for daily consistency. Daily consistency. If you want to do anything great in your life, you have to refine that skill, whether it's talking on video, whether it's, creating content, whether it's, learning a new language or learning the piano, or, learning how to, be a better chef or cook a better meal, or any sort of skill. You got to do it daily. You got to have daily exposure. If you don't have daily exposure, you're not going to compound its effect quick enough. And since the world is moving so fast, the more reps you can do, the more reps you can get in, the better it's going to be for you. So I'll give you an example. And I take this word daily, I don't always mean it in the literal sense. Although if you did something every single day, that would make a huge difference. But in my mastermind for my business, Dental Practice Mastery, where we mentor and coach other clinicians, well, I go live every single week. Every single week, I'm live streaming. And I've been doing that for 7 years. Think of that, 7 years. It's rare that I miss. And if I miss, it's something that's planned. 7 years, consistent, every single week. So I wonder what you could do and how you can grow and what new skill you can acquire and how you can improve yourself if you did something daily, whether it's creating content, whether it's having a live stream with someone, or maybe it's shooting a video or practicing a language or learning a specific skill. Do it daily. I can't stress how powerful things, especially when it comes to your health. You don't always have to show up 100% every day, but if you show up 50% at the gym, it's still you checking the box. If you show up 30% some days, you don't feel optimal, you still check the box. Do it daily, because when you do something daily, the skills compound quicker and you build and you refine that process even better. Number 3, focus on skills over convenience. Skills over convenience. In our world today, everybody is seeking convenience. In fact, the world is set up to make things more convenient. We're now going to have robo-taxis, which will pick us up wherever we want to go. We already have Uber. We have ChatGPT. We have Grok. We have information at our fingertips, keystrokes away from figuring out anything we want. And it's really easy to be like, gosh, I don't need the skill of memory because I can just look up anything I want. But let me ask you a question. If you didn't have the skill of remembering something, would you be able to make those connections effectively without your device, without asking something else? The answer is no. So if you really want to improve yourself, because it's all about self-improvement, it's all about understanding that we have to develop skills over convenience. The most valuable person in the room is the most skilled person in the room. And skill's going to change, right? With AI, part of your skill may be prompt engineering, knowing how to use the AI, knowing how to leverage the technology. That's a skill too. So I'm not anti-technology. I'm not anti-AI. I use it all the time. But do you have the skills to generate the best and the most optimal results from the tools that are around you? And that's where a lot of people are lacking. They're not lacking the skills to generate results from tools that are around them. You could be a world-class stock trader today because you have the skills, if you have the skills to ask the right questions, to look at the right data, to read the right information, to listen to the right people, to get the right info or data. That's a skill. Now that skill is different than the skill that you needed in the industrial age where it was like hammer to nail. It's a different skill, right? Number 4, you have to focus on, we call it connections over conversions. Connections over conversions. What does this mean? Especially in the world of AI today. If you are not generating connections with actual people, connections with opportunities, situations, then you're missing out. You're staying shallow. So even though we have AI like pervasive, like it's everywhere, you gotta keep connections with other human beings, connections with other organizations, with situations. What are the connections you're forming in your life, whether it's family members, friends, opportunities around you? These are all connections. Prioritizing connections over conversions. Conversions are just like if you have a business, you're just after the sale. You're like, okay, let's get you to the next step. Let's make the sale. Let's generate the sale. But connections are you making that person feel understood, making them feel heard, understanding what's important to them before pushing your opportunity or presenting your solution. Connections over conversions. It's not about 1 + 1 = 2 and here's a conversion. It's about how do I create a connection with that person, that individual, so that way they feel understood and they are more likely to buy or make a decision based on our business, right? I will say people buy from those that make them feel understood. People buy what's in front of them. People buy from those that make them feel understood, and they buy when there's a reason to buy now, right? So forming that connection is so critical to success in any business or in any area of your life. Forming connections over just focusing on conversions, right? We've all met that person where all they care about is making the sale or having you like do what they think is the best thing for you. That's like generating the conversion, right? Yes, conversions are important, but connections are far more important on the long game and even the short game because people buy from those that they like, they know, like, and trust. So connections over conversions. And lastly, the one way that we will stay valuable, even in the midst of AI right now, is building communities. Building communities. In fact, communities are people that have connections with each other. Putting those people together. It's a community or a mastermind or a group. You're putting those individuals together to think, to interact. Human interaction is not going away. In fact, when phones came out, people say, hey, people are going to spend hours a day on their phone. And yeah, they were right. They're spending hours a day on their phone. But most humans still crave physical, one-to-one, real-time human interaction with each other. So human interactions are not going away, and that's why there is going to be even more value placed on building communities with the people that you love to have around you in your life, right? In fact, if AI can do all the stuff that we don't love, then we can focus on the stuff that we do love, which is connections and human interaction in a nice, forward, positive, empowering community feel versus just not having that, right? So if you're a business, build a community. If you have something online, focus in on your community, not just about the tasks that AI can take over for you. Yeah, you're going to have those tasks that AI can take over for you, but if you're an orchestrator, you're orchestrating and organizing a community for your business, for your team, for the people that are around you, you are going to stay more valuable because you brought the feel of that community to those people. So focus in on community. Just a quick review, the 5 ways to stay more valuable. Don't be a shallow seeker. Don't be a shallow seeker. Dive deep, understand, gain mastery of a topic. Number 2, always focus on daily consistency. Expose yourself to what you want to do or that skill every single day. A little bit every single day. You don't have to be perfect, but expose yourself daily. Number 3, skills over convenience. You're going to find ways to have things very convenient to you. But if convenience is dampening your skills, it's not serving you. Skills over convenience. And you'll know which areas that I have to skill up on, which areas I could use convenience on. That's cool. It's convenient to take an Uber and get there quicker. Got it. But it's more skillful to understand how to write something and think logically and to construct ideas and do that yourself. It's a journey. It's a process versus just typing it in. Well, do that, and then maybe have AI look over that, get ideas from additional ideas to you because of all the stuff that you thought through. So use a tool to augment and to help you. Now, there may be a time where you're like, man, I don't need to have this skill at all. I can actually learn another skill. So always be seeking other newer skills in the environment that you're in. Number 4, connections over conversions. Don't just focus on the sale. Don't just focus on the conversion. How can you connect with that person in front of you? And number 5, build communities. Build a community. Build a sense of, back and forth, a sense of familiarity, a sense of I have your back, a sense of a gathering of people that are actually helping each other out and growing together. Communities over everything. Right? So if your business, community is going to be the focus as we go forward. Some of you may think, God, maybe the AI or the virtual, your virtual AI is going to be running the community. Yeah, possibly, but you still have a community within your business, right? Building something collectively that people can think through together and have that human connection because that is not going away. Humans, as long as they're here, are going to want connections with each other, and that's going to happen through great and deep communities. Hope this one was helpful. I'm live streaming regularly on this channel. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought, and we'll see you on the next one. As always, live inspired. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.